Can you make $1,000 every single week from your laptop with copywriting? Well, I'm not just gonna sit here and tell you yes or no. Allow me to show you some of the copywriters' recent wins inside of the free 4D Discord server. First of all, coming in at 4.5K for the week, which is much more than the 1K a week we're looking for, is my man Isaiah. And then of course we got in his first 2 weeks, my boy Juan Pa Castro, and he's coming out here with over 2K. I think it was like $2,600 in his very first 2 weeks. Very nice, very nice. So that's easily over 1K a week, and he just started. But how could we forget about my boy Tay-Rax with the $1,500 deal plus commission? So again, absolutely killing it. And of course, it took him less than 1 week. And how can we forget about the OG, my boy Orestes, with 7.25K in literally 2 days? That's how much he closed. And he's looking to bring in 15 grand in this very month. And then of course, we got my man Pablo, very first month, hitting a 3K deal. So yes, 3K in 1 month is a little bit less than $1,000 a week, but hey man, it's his first month, you know, give my guy a break. Okay, so look, I think you get the point, all right? You know that it can be done, so how exactly do we do it? Well, I'm going to show you how in this video, but before we get into things, if you are completely unaware of what copywriting is or how it works and you want to learn, I have a full free 4-hour course on my channel that you can go check out that will help you master the fundamentals, and you can learn everything there is to know about copywriting in 4 hours or less. And in this video, I'm going to be answering the most common questions when it comes to making $1,000 or more per week. Like, how long does it take and how much work do you actually have to do in order to achieve this 1K a week goal? And if you're wondering how hard it is, well, judging by the majority of the wins that we see in the Discord, a lot of the 1K deals or the people who are making 4K or more a month are doing one of two things, and that is email automation or sales page creation / funnel building. And if you're wondering how difficult these are, like how much time they take you or how mentally taxing they are, the answer is genuinely not that hard. So when it comes to an email automation, all it really takes is making like 8 emails for a welcome sequence, setting them up in the actual email service provider, and maybe setting up a couple more automations for the people who click on some emails, maybe setting up a deadline sequence. And again, if you don't know the nitty-gritty of everything that I'm speaking about in this video, I have tons and tons and tons of free courses on the channel that will let you know and teach you how to do every single one of these things step by step. But again, to create a whole welcome sequence or a whole email automation, that's something you can actually make $3,000 to $4,000 every single month from. And the same goes with sales page or funnel building creation. All it really takes is building a sales page or a whole page about somebody's product that will help get people who visit that page to actually buy the product so that your client can make some more money. And of course, that begs the question, well, if it's so easy, Tyson, why are people paying me $2,000, $4,000, $5,000 a month just to do it? And the reason is because the people who are actually paying you to do that, they are making so much more than that just from the sales that they're getting from you. So for example, you can send out emails that make hundreds to thousands of dollars every single email. And let's say you set up an email automation, which essentially means those emails are sent to every single person who signs up to that list. Now, essentially, those emails that you created for them one time are going to be generating them cash revenue for the rest of the time. They are going to be making tens of thousands of dollars every single month just from the emails that you created and implemented one time. So them paying you a puny little $2 grand, $3 grand, $4 grand to do it is nothing. That is literally pennies. And of course, the same goes with sales pages. Guys, I've created sales pages that I've generated over $100,000, and they literally only took me 3 to 4 days to actually create. And when I say 3 to 4 days, that includes writing the VSL, the headlines, writing the product descriptions, and everything in between. And that also includes all of the funnel steps. Okay, so if you don't know to a funnel, there's multiple steps. Again, free sales funnel course on the channel, but it really, like I'm saying, it does not take that long. Okay, so cool. We've discussed that it's really not that difficult to do. I mean, if you work a 9-to-5 job right now, chances are your 9-to-5 job is paying you a lot less and you're doing a lot more work than you'd be doing if you were a copywriter. But to become a copywriter, there's realistically 3 main steps. First step, of course, is that you got to build your skills, because my boy, skills pay the bills. Now, like, you don't need any experience and you don't need some degree. You can start making money with copywriting in your first 30 to 60 days. Now, don't expect it to be like, cash flowing out everywhere, like you're a millionaire or raining money, but you will be able to earn yourself a quick discovery project, something $300 to $600, maybe even more if you're lucky. Again, like I've showed you at the beginning of this video, some people in the first month get a 3K deal or a 2K deal right off the bat. And again, if you want to know what they did and you want to actually learn copywriting, free 4-hour course on screen now. So yes, you can learn copywriting in a couple hours. Maybe you'll do a couple days of learning what it is, practicing copy, submitting your first pieces of copy into the free 4D Discord server so they can be reviewed by your peers. And then you're actually ready to get into the arena and start step 2 of your copywriting journey. And that is, of course, closing clients. And I would just like to remind you that you do not have to be great to start, but you do have to start to be great. Far too often, copywriters get into this eternal learning phase where they're watching video, practicing. It's been like 3 months and they haven't even sent one outreach. They haven't even gotten one client. Guys, just start before you're ready. Because realistically, yes, you can watch 25 hours of online courses and videos and all of that. But the fact of the matter is that you're going to learn by doing, okay? Working with one client is going to teach you more than 100 YouTube videos. And now, kind of like I said before, when you're in the closing clients phase, especially when you're starting out and you have no experience, expect to work for a free trial period, or expect to work for a testimonial, or work for a quick discovery project, $300 to $600. Again, some people get lucky, they get their first couple grand in a month or 2, but don't expect that to be you. And of course, after you've built your copywriting skills, the base fundamentals, after you've closed your first couple clients, next comes getting your clients the best results possible. Guys, let me assure you that quality truly is the best business plan, especially when it comes to copywriting. Because if you're able to make your client a whole bunch of money, I'm talking tens of thousands of dollars every single month with your copywriting, you think he's not going to tell all of his business buddies, and his business buddies are going to tell their business buddies? Sooner rather than later, you are going to be having an overload of clients to the point where you're going to be giving them away. And that's exactly what happened to me when I first started. You see, sure, getting your first couple of clients and getting your first $3,000 a month and $5,000 a month is difficult. It's genuinely difficult to get there. But once you are there, that's when things start to get a lot easier, because you now don't even have to outreach to get clients. You just ask your client, hey, do you have anybody else who you think would be good for my services? And of course, they're gonna know other people because you've been so good to them. But it comes down to the third step, like I'm telling you, is that you have to focus on getting them the results. Nobody is going to refer you. Nobody is going to give you more clients, and you're not going to ever get clients just jumping out the computer and coming onto your lap if you're not a good copywriter in the first place. Okay, so now you know how hard it is. Now you know kind of how to do it, what the process is, but how long should it take? Well, let me get you some perspective, okay? A lot of people are able to make money in their first 3 to 6 months, right? And by money, I mean like they're able to get their first deal for maybe under $1,000, and then they're able to get a couple $1,000s a month, okay? So usually with this $3,000 to $4,000 every single month, people are able to go full time. And of course, once you go full time and you either quit school or you quit your job or whatever you're doing on the side, now you have even more time to invest in this copywriting thing. You get better skills, you have more time to do outreach, and then people scale to 10K, and it usually takes them a little bit longer than 6 months. Some people have done it in as soon as 60 days. Like I said, not everybody's going to be the same, but some people have done it that quickly, 60 days, 90 days. It took me personally to reach over 6 figures a year. It took me exactly 9 to 10 months. And again, the way that you want to go into this is that maybe it'll even take you a year, but in the grand scheme of things, okay, if you're talking 10 years from now, is it really going to matter whether it happens 6 months from now or 1 year from now? If you're making $1,000 a week with copywriting, hey man, who cares how long it takes, all right? Of course, you're going to want to work as hard as you can so it can be as early as possible, and the amount of effort that you put in and the amount that you're willing to put up with failure is going to shorten the time span it takes you to get to your first $1,000 a week, for example. And now, my people, I'm doing what no YouTube guru would ever do. I'm actually going to be painting out the downsides, the drawbacks when it comes to copywriting. Because look, if we're talking about the SMMA gurus or the drop shipping dudes or the day traders, they're gonna paint this beautiful picture for you. Oh yeah, man, I was just kicking back. I worked for 2 hours a day and I made 10 grand in a single day. Well, look, there are downsides to all of those things that nobody wants to tell you. So here are the downsides when it comes to copywriting. So look, guys, if you want to make a ton of money, like I'm talking thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars without doing any real work or working hard pretty much whatsoever, then copywriting is not for you. In fact, pretty much there is nothing for you. That just literally does not exist, okay? Every single thing that I just mentioned, including copywriting, has its downsides. You're going to have to work hard. It's going to be difficult. You're going to get discouraged, but it will all be worth it. That's why not everybody is doing it right now. And also, a lot of people are concerned about AI and whether it will replace copywriters or not. And the truth is, if people are just writing copy, then yeah, maybe they will be replaced. But the people that I teach and I show how to do this, I'm not actually showing them how to just write copy. I'm showing them how to make money with copywriting, which means they're building email automations, they're building sales funnels, and they're doing a whole bunch of things that copywriters, the people who only are good for writing copy, can't do. And those things are things that AI can't do either. So realistically, I really wouldn't worry about AI. If anything, man, AI is gonna make you more money because you're able to use it to brainstorm and come up with more ideas and actually write your copy even faster. Okay, so there you go. Now you know the long and short of it. You know the good, the bad, and the ugly when it comes to copywriting. Now, if you're wondering where to start and you have the goal of making at least $1,000 a week, then again, I would strongly suggest that you click on screen now to access the free 4-hour copywriting course.